We're going to be making a soap today that is water-based. It's a distilled water soap, and I call it banana popsicle soap. These are my embeds. Here I have gummy bears. So each soap is going to have an orange, a yellow, and a green gummy bear. I will put in the section below the video the Etsy store where I bought this mold. They look just like gummy bears. The next embed is it's based on the suspenders, the Mork and Mindy rainbow suspenders. So I hope I don't get a copyright infraction for this. But there's Mork, Robin Williams. So I had a pair of suspenders just like that when I was a kid. And the banana popsicle soap is about childhood, really. It's fun and it's just memories of childhood. So here's the rainbow representing rainbow suspenders that I was likely wearing in the summer of 78, 79, 80. I love those suspenders. And then I have, in memory of summer, these cute little flip-flop embeds. So this is all melt and pour soap that I've made. Gummy bears, rainbows, and flip-flops. And again, I'll show where the Etsy store I got these from in the comment section of the video. So I made them different colors just for variety. Got some blue ones, some green ones, a lot of white ones. I just wanted, variety and choice. And they were tons of fun to make. There's a mold for the left foot and the right foot. And so these are my colorants. I used this fragrance, Banana Coconut from Candora soap. And it does smell just like the popsicle banana. And this yellow shimmer, Candora soap, this is a mica. I use this for a light, fresh light yellow. I use this yellow oxide powder, again from Candora soap. And I use this titanium dioxide white to make 3 different colors for a drop swirl. And I piped white on the top. So here's my 1M tip, and I got a larger bag, 14-inch bag from Walmart. So here's my oils ready to go. You can see there's some suspended, that's coconut oil in there. When I take the temperature, you will find that my oils are not very hot. I'm soaping cold so I could have nice fluid soap for as long as I can. I have my live water mixture here ready to go. I made it earlier. What I do is I make the live water mixture and I put it somewhere safe to cool because I do have 2 cats. So I put it, it's winter, so I actually put that out on the porch today when I made this soap. And then I prepare my oils. There's my cats there. Get along, guys. Good friends. They have a love-hate relationship. So I don't know if you heard them. So here's my temperatures. I'm 85 on the oils. You can't see that, but that's around what it is. And checking it again to make sure. And my water lye mixture was hotter at around 99. So it had been put out on the porch in our winter temperatures here, which are, the day I made this, it was probably minus 25 Fahrenheit. Oh, Celsius, sorry. Minus 25 Celsius. So I put it out to cool in that temperature, out in the snow, so it was even better than an ice bath. And my cats are indoor cats, so it was safe from them. So I give my oils a blast because I'm sure you can see some suspended coconut oil in there. Usually I blast it with the blender before I add the lye and water mixture. I just want to make sure my oils are well mixed. So I've added it's distilled water. I always use distilled water. I find my distilled water at Walmart. Lately, I found it at my grocery store for pretty cheap. And I was kind of under the impression that they ordered it by mistake because they had a huge pallet of it on for quite cheap. So I got it there. So I blend away here. I'm just looking to have it emulsified, not so much, not too thick. I've already added the fragrance to the oils. I do that with this banana coconut because I've used it before, so I know how it behaves. So I feel confident adding it in because I know if anything, it de-accelerates trace. It does not seize the soap, and it also doesn't discolor the soap. I've used it for cupcakes, so I made frosting with it for cupcakes, soap cupcakes. I'm not cooking with it. Anyway, and it's a month later and they're still white, so it doesn't discolor. So I feel confident just putting it right there in the oils and blending it up with my lye water mixture. So I can see there that everything's mixed. And next I'm going to work on my colors. I'm going to divide it in 3. Sorry about that there, I'm blocking my camera. I switched from my Macintosh to my good camera so you have a better picture, but I've forgotten sometimes that it's on the tripod kind of beside me, and I blocked you out of my picture a couple times. Where when I use my Mac, it sits on the counter and there's no way I can block it unless I tried to. So I am splitting off my colors, and I'm going to add white and yellow. I do one with pure batter. I think I put a touch of white in it. White and yellow and a dark yellow. So I've gone to get some more of those containers, I think. And then I'm going to do a drop swirl. The drop swirl is quite an easy, it's quite easy to do, and I like the look of it. So I repeat that a lot. I have a lot of drop swirls. So here's my darker yellow oxide I've put in there. My lighter yellow portion. My cats are downstairs fighting. I don't know if you can hear them. But it's a good fighting. They enjoy it. They're brothers. So I'm blasting away my colors. I was worried about not getting it well mixed. You'll see there's my light yellow. So that's quite pretty. When I mix up the darker yellow, I started to get worried because it looks quite orange. So it was that I don't want orange. I want everything. See there, that's so dark. Not what I expected. So I'm going to put that in another container and dilute it a bit and add some white. I get that to look a little bit prettier. So I'm blasting up another yellow there. And I have just the raw batter that I haven't added color to. So in the end, I'm going to have, here I'm fixing that orange one. I dilute it, add a touch of white. I was just desperate to get it looking a bit prettier. You'll see that it actually turned out much lighter than that color anyway. So I think that's just what the yellow oxide does. I'm starting to pour here. So I poured first a bit of the lighter batter with a bit of white added to it. Like I noted there, see the pencil lines there on the freezer paper? I put them on the mold before I even started making this soap because I'm going to use that to guide me in where I put the embeds. So here I'm doing the drop swirl. I'm just layering them. A nice white batter, light yellow, dark yellow, raw batter. That's what I'm doing there now out of my Pyrex. That's lots of that one. Now, the higher you pour from, the deeper the soap will go. So, and this is quite liquid. So I'm not going to do any other swirling. I'm just letting gravity and the motion of the pouring do the swirling for me. It's another yellow. So this, I just kept going layer after layer. I'm reasonably high above the soap so I can get it down deep. And I like it. It swirls, the force of it falling into the soap batter causes it to swirl up on the sides. You'll see it when I do the cutting, what this resulted in. That's one reason I love the drop swirl, because it's always a surprise when you do this and then you cut into it. It's just, I find it exciting to see what little swirls and designs it has done on its own. So I just continued this process until I had filled up my 4-pound mold. Color after color. So I'm finished that one. And then I always make a 4-pound batch. And then I make another, at the same time I make a 2-pound batch. What I've been doing with these soaps is using that for piping. And I also make some extra little sample soaps in another mold. In the past, I've used a little box to make a whole batch of smaller guest soaps that I cut up. My reasoning is if I'm going to make all this mess, then I should just make more than the bar soap. I make, samples and guest soaps. And, I could make cupcakes. But lately, I've been using a lot of my 2-pound to do piping because I'm trying to get my soaps for this summer to just have a little bit of extra volume to them. So, and I want the look of a little bit of look of luxury. And my work with the spoon, I have never been happy with how I do it with the spoon. Some people are so talented working with the spoon to make that texture. So I'm finished. That's the 4-pound mold. And now I'm starting my piping. I've already done a layer of white. All I did there with the piping bag was go back and forth. I could probably leave this to thicken up a bit more. If I wanted a bakery sort of rosette look, I would. If I were making cupcakes, I would give this more time. My goal here isn't so much to have rosettes. I just want texture and volume. So I was, happy enough once it stayed in the bag to go ahead. I wanted this really, I'm going to put so many embeds on this. I saw no point in having perfect rosettes. I saw it as being the clouds, because remember I have rainbows. So I pictured this as the clouds that my embeds will sit on. It's just random texture. Then I'm ready now to put my embeds on. So remember my pencil marks. Here's my gummy bears. I'm going to use those pencil marks to make sure I get these lined up perfectly. So when I cut the soap, every soap has the same number of embeds in the same placement. I don't want to have to cut through a rainbow, for example. I did end up cutting a gummy bear's leg off, but I think it's okay. It's one of the green ones. He was over in another bar's territory. So here I was experimenting with what, should they lie down flat or should my gummy bears be standing at attention? And I really need to get the rainbow in first to see how the bear should sit. So there's representing your 1970s rainbow suspenders, which almost every kid seemed to have. At least where I lived, it was very popular. I had rainbow suspenders, and I had a satin coat and shorts, Farrah Fawcett kind of stuff. And the banana popsicle was rare in my world. My mom she didn't buy store-bought popsicles. So, of course, we had the ones she made, and they were always orange tang. And it seemed I really only got these elusive banana popsicles, which were the best and favorite flavor of me and my friends at summer camp. So that's what you're seeing really is my memories of summer camp in the 70s when banana popsicles were rare. I wonder if they were so delicious because they were delicious, or were they just so delicious because they were rare? I don't know. I'm almost done here. I'm going to speed this up and then we'll be back for the cutting. Out of the mold. This is my 4-pound wooden mold, and it smells wonderful. The scent really has stuck. It's been 3 days. So it smells just like a banana popsicle, and it totally reminds me of summer camp. So that's what you see on the top. This is the summer of 1978. So let's cut it and see what it looks like inside. I'm going to use my miter box today the way it was designed, except for one variation. I am not going to use my usual blade. Let it interfere with my embeds because it has a rounded top to it, but I found that this works perfectly fine. A straight edge ruler, which is extremely clean and sanitized, and I just pull on it straight down through the miter box. So that is working nice, and my soap seems to be well cured. Oh, it's beautiful. I am happy. It's well cured. Sorry for that expression of joy, but it's turned out nice. I'm very happy. Here's my drop swirl in there. So I just, what I wanted was a little bit of interest, something more exciting than just one plain yellow. So I've got this swirl of, this is the raw batter, a light yellow, and the darker yellow drop swirl. So I'm very happy with that. You know what? It reminds me of a banana. Especially that dark yellow. That looks like a banana peel, really. I looked at this the other day and I kind of thought, you know, I wish I had thrown some poppy seeds in. Bananas do have seeds in them. So, let's see, line this up. I have lined this up with the marks that were on my mold. I'm going to have to take out one of these spacers. I had marked my mold perfectly for the embeds. Let's see, here we go. And that was to make sure everyone had a 1 rainbow, 2 flip-flops, and 3 gummy bears. There we go. There we go, how exciting. Here's the swirl. On the other side. A close-up of the flip-flops. Totally cute. Exactly what I wanted. So cut this one here. I always wipe this off between cuts because it can get sticky with the soap from the previous cut and doesn't do as good of a job if I wipe it off. There we go. you stay there. Wipe my ruler / knife off. Line you up here and straight down. I used to, when I first started soaping, I didn't have my miter box, of course. So what I used to do is measure out the pieces, and I would score a guideline. Here's my swirl, and I would just do my best to follow the guideline and get that soap cut as evenly as I could, and I was never happy. So finally I told my husband that I had made an order of lye, so we have to pick up the lye. It's a dangerous good, so it can't be shipped. And I told him I've also ordered this miter box. Didn't cost too much, and it came, there's a deal where I got this miter box and another mold. So now I have 2 4-pound wooden molds and this wonderful miter box. So I can make, if I have a soap that's taking a long time to cure, I don't have to wait. I can make another soap, or I can make 2 soaps in one day. There we go. I haven't decided yet this year, so I'm preparing for the summer. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do the beveling the sides. I did last year. This year, I think I'm going for a more handcrafted look. I think I'm just going to leave the soaps as they are. I'm going to make them all clean and package them pretty and sell them just as is, maybe. See, day before. I often leave them unpackaged until a few days before whichever craft show I'm doing. And that's because I like that one. The more you can let it cure, it's kind of ultrasound looking or something. The more you can, I've never had a baby, you can tell. So the more you can let them cure without being packaged, the better. You know, leave them free to the air to let the water get out. And you can have a harder soap that's going to last longer for your customer. So I don't package them till I need to. Last year I was up till 2 in the morning packaging because I left it too late. I didn't realize how long it would take me. What I thought I could do in 4 hours took more like 10. So here we go. I'm going to drop swirl. Right. Now this one, I think I can fit my other. There's 2 spacers in here, so I can have a 1-inch bar or a 1.5 inch or 1 1/4 or something. There we go. Line up. I've scored the top before I took it out of the mold because I had put pencil lines there to guide me in the placement of my embeds. And before I took it out of the mold, I took a knife and scored my line so I would cut it exactly where I'd wanted to cut it. There you go. This is, sometimes soaps have definite fronts. This is one that has a definite front and a back. So, there we go. Kind of, it reminds me of the Vegas sign or something. Like the flip-flops and the gummy bears have all gone to have their selfie taken together, group selfie in front of the rainbow. As weird as that is, life is weird. So, it's a close-up of them. soup. Reminds me of a banana with its colors. Yeah, so I think if I were to do this again, which I will if it sells and people like it, I'm going to put poppy seeds probably in this, in the raw batter one. Not many, just a few. Yeah, it should give you more of a memory of fruit, thought of fruit. I don't know. Perhaps I've gone crazy enough on my summer 78 embeds. Let's see if it sells to the Gen Xers like me. The smell is exactly what I thought it would be, exactly what I wanted. I only hope that it never fades. Last one. There we go. Et voila, my last piece. Thank you for watching. See you next time. I hope you've enjoyed the making of and cutting of banana popsicle soap. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.